maybe we should dig up that tune for next week's Steve Show. Alright, after this little trail for the BBC One MI6 series Spooks, which you can watch on BBC One, that's pretty much all the information you're going to get in this trail, except there may be some clips from the show where people are talking tough. We've got to get them out of the embassy! I don't know, but after that we'll hear former single from Mia. Ooh. This is Steve Show, BBC 6 Music with me, Stephen Merchant, and we're just delving into the Pigeonhole. I think that came out around the same time as the Lethal Bizzle tune, MIA, Maya, Mia, however you wish to pronounce it. And the track is Jimmy. Sammy, you were on the dance floor up north. Would that be getting you shaking your rump?
I can very much say with some level of, certainty that would never be played in a disco up north.
Would it not?
It's not from the 80s, and it's not got the right sort of synth sound. That's the sort of song, if you're on holiday in a cheap resort in Turkey, and you saw an advert for an ABBA tribute band, but the lead singer of this band is a disease-ridden cat that's going to cry for attention and help.
Right.
And that's what that song was.
Wow, that's quite a specific analysis there. I appreciate that, thank you. I'm going to now speak to someone who uses regular words and terms and images. Rufus Child, right? What's your take on it? Does it involve stinky cats?
No, but the Turkey holiday and the flea-ridden guitar case with CDs for sale at €10 did spring to mind slightly.
Really?
Yeah, really great, and it reminded me of the Europop that I listened to when I was on holiday in Greece this year. It kind of follows you, that music, and it gets too close, and it harms your ears.
Well, I'm of the understanding that Maya, M-I-A, is quite the hot ticket now. I think she's considered quite cool and trendy by a lot of fashionable types, possibly because of her sort of retro sounds. Dan, is it sort of thing that you'd have in your laughable music collection?
Well, to add to the laughability of it, possibly. She's been slaughtered there by Rufus and Sammy. I thought it was a bit harsh, but it was a bit... I was expecting something a bit more edgy. What I understand of MIA is that, she's got a bit of an edge and that she's a bit feisty. Whereas the woman singing that song did not sound feisty. She sounded like she loved Jimmy. She kept pining for Jimmy, but I wanted her to get over it and move on a bit.
Sure.
Crank the beats up.
You want something a bit more hardcore.
Yeah.
Harry, I can't imagine it's tickled your fancy.
Oh no, I didn't like it. That sort of music's not made for me, Steve. I work in a bank. I'm not for cool and trendy music. But just Wikipedia'd her, and it turns out she was renowned for being an artist before, and that sounded like music made by artists, i.e. rubbish. Sure.
Okay, well, maybe you'll like this final tune from the Pigeonhole this week. This is a forthcoming single from the Go Team. Not entirely hip-hop, but it's in a similar sort of vein, and we believe it comes out on the 26th of November. It's The Wrath of Marcy. The Go Team, and a new single from them, The Wrath of Marcy, which is out on the 26th of November, taken from their album Proof of Youth. Sammy, the Go Team?
Are they 16 or have I got confused with someone else? They are quite young, aren't they? Oh no, they're not young at all. Oh, then in that case I don't rate it at all.
You'll only listen to music now made by teenagers.
No, I heard something the other day by 11-year-olds. It was great. No, I quite like that. I just hope they'd be younger because her voice implied that she was younger than she is. How old is she?
They sample kids.
They sample. Oh, that's fine. And as long as it was actual children, not adults that sound like children, then it's okay. I quite liked it. It was upbeat. It was nice. I'd quite like it if it came on somewhere to dance to. I don't know if I'd keep it in my collection. I don't think it's that good.
Once again, the Go Team are quite the hip, trendy young thing, and there's no one here that really speaks for that collective, but I know, Dan, you like to think you've got some really hip and trendy music in your collection. Is that one going in there?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think they're sensational, the Go Team. Really good. What I love about their songs is they chuck everything in, and it ought to be a total mess. Somehow it's not, but they don't even give you time to think about whether it's any good or not. It just races along. And, well, you're finished. Another 3 minutes of your life gone. Closer to the grave. That's a shame.
Yeah.
But the last 3 minutes, at least, were fun. So, big Danny thumbs up for that.
Harry, I imagine to your ears, that was just a mess.
No, I actually enjoyed it. I got a lot of time for the Go Team. I saw them support the Flaming Lips last year, and it was just a brilliant show. My only issue with the Go Team is that in bits they're great, but listening to an album is like being injected with Sunny D, Red Bull and peanut butter straight into your brain.
We have discovered during recent records that Rufus can add to his voice canon. He obviously does Mandela, we know that already. And who's the other one you do brilliantly?
There's a couple of others. I've been working on Suggs as well, but we'll come to him another day.
Come to Suggs at a later point. You've been doing your Dylan for us.
Yeah.
perhaps you'd give your appraisal of that Go Team tune, a la Bob Dylan's Theme Time Radio Hour.
Maybe we should do
It's
it.
like Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's brilliant.
In the old days of university radio, we would have done that as in, we've got a special guest in the studio.
yes.
Mr. Bob Dylan. So maybe you'd like to ask Bob Dylan what he thought of the Go Team
I
song.
can't believe it. I've got Bob Dylan here in the studio as a hilarious comic conceit, and here he is to give his appraisal of the Go Team.
Oh yeah, it's very nice to be here on your radio show, Stephen. I like the Go Team very much. I think that it's at the top of my list for video compilation. To put at the sound check for it. I'm losing it. It was there for a bit.
I don't know
I'm
what
getting
that
thumbs up
was.
from Charlotte. Jude's on the floor.
I don't know what that was.
I did lose it a bit, didn't I?
It started well because it started okay.
Yeah.
But I think you were a bit better when you were just recounting some of his recent Theme Time Radio Hour links.
Yeah.
Maybe just give us that. So just to redeem your impression.
It's hard to think at the same having to create an accent and think about things to say at the same time is very hard.
No, I'm saying,
I should. Yeah. Well, the Theme Time Radio Hour has been about trains. I don't know if anyone has been listening to it on the Six Music Listen Again feature, but he's been talking about trains, and he did a section in his last show about
Can you guess where these trains travel from and to? The blue train. Well, that one goes Cape Town along the south coast of South Africa. Can you tell me about the Orient Express that goes across Europe?
brilliantly vague about the European train.
it does sound an awful lot like Mandela.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
It's a shame, I thought that you were going to be a hot new talent. We could start doing hilarious crank calls where you phone people up.
Where Dylan rings Mandela. We
Right.
could do both sides. No, that wouldn't work, would it?
No, I mean that we'll phone up someone in the phone book.
Yeah.
And who's this on the line? It's only Gordon Brown.
Oh, brilliant.
Can't believe it. So work on that.
I will.
That'll give us a Noel Edmonds style prank to do.
Yeah.
When we've run out of steam. All right. Well, thank you very much indeed, everyone, for your views on those tunes and to that mediocre Bob Dylan impression. A little round of applause in the Steve Wright style. Think from Aretha Franklin, and it's the Steve Show, BBC Six Music, with me, Steve Merchant. Thanks very much for listening, and of course you, the listeners, can get in touch and contribute music to the show, because the whole nature of the programme really is to swear. It's not to swear. No, it's not to swear. It's to share and swap music. What I've done there is I've combined swap and share into one fantastic word, and that's what we invite the gang here to do, and for you, the listeners, to get in touch and recommend music to me. And one of the people who's going to do that for us now is Dan. Dan's on the line. Dan, you there? Hey, Dan. Dan, oh my goodness me, he's collapsed. This can be the only answer. He's dropped dead. What a terrible thing. We've had our first death in this TV show. We can hear noise. We can't hear him. Dan. Daniel.
Dan.
Is this like a hilarious
We've lost
prank?
him. We've lost Dan.
He's turned the tables on us. He thought that he was so offended by the Bob Dylan impression that he's just decided not to. Well, we'll see if we can dig up Dan later, or maybe you'd like to phone in if you're a listener. Just give us a bell, and we'll just pretend you're him. Oh, you can't do that on the BBC. What have I suggested? Man alive. Asleep in the Back from Elbow, and if you're a fan of Elbow, and particularly its frontman Guy Garvey, then you may wish to know that he has a radio show here on Six Music, which starts at 10 o'clock this evening, playing tunes and stuff that he likes. Okay, so we were trying to catch up with Dan, one of our listeners who's on the line, and we don't know if he's there, but we'll try again. Dan, are you there?
I am now.
Oh, come on! That's fantastic. It's wiped away the disaster that was the previous link. And so, Dan, where are you calling from?
The Sunday at Market in Brook Lane.
Okay, so are you a market trader yourself?
I am a market trader. Well, I'm an artist. I sell my pictures off a store down here once a week.
Okay, so what kind of artist are you? I'm intrigued.
All sorts really, but the stuff I sell down here is kind of bits and pieces of old Victorian prints that I rearrange and sort of make into kind of circus freakery, sort of dark, sinister pictures, I suppose. How would I describe
Interesting.
it?
That sounds most interesting. I'm always on the lookout for art. Will I get something free?
You could get something for free, yeah, for
Thank you
sure.
very much.
Or
Brilliant.
you could even visit my website.
Okay, do you know what? I'm going to do that right now, mate, because I'm a champion of young artists.
Ah, good, I'm glad to hear it.
What is your website?
It's danhillier.com.
Dan what, sorry?
danhillier.com.
Do you know what? I've just realised that's your name.
That is my name.
danhillier.com. I am so on the money today. All right, I'm going to check out danhillier.com, and I'll see some kind of freakery, some kind of Victoriana
There's quite a lot
freakery.
of freakery on there.
Brilliant. And so, is it difficult down there attracting people? Are you selling your prints like hotcakes?
They are going on hotcakes today. It's kind of like a dream today, yeah. So I'm quite happy to have a bit of a break, just wandering outside through the crowds at the moment.
And because of course Rufus here, who's super posh, he's very much a Renaissance man. He plays music, he does all sorts of acts, and he's also an artist as well.
I used to have a stall at Spitalfields, actually, Dan. Did you have a stall there?
No, not at Spitalfields. I'm in the sort of cheaper end of town, really. It's about half price over here.
I think I've seen your stall. Do you do kind of men with huge wings and kind of women on bicycles which are turning into eagles and things like that?
Almost, yeah. I don't think I've got a woman turn into an eagle. I've got a woman turn into an octopus.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your work, and you do it on kind of wallpaper blocks and kind
That's
of
right, yeah.
old-fashioned
That's right.
decorative.
Yeah, you've seen it, yeah.
Lovely work. Really nice. I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
This is great. This is like two of the great names meeting up. It's like Monet and Manet.
I know.
So together at last. This is exactly how they developed.
It's like Ruskin and Ibsen meeting in a dark alleyway, isn't it? Discussing art. A little bit.
It's
Ball,
exactly like
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
it's like Cannon and Ball
Cannon and
just
Ball.
trying out one of their routines.
Talking about their stupid little drawings.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, don't do you down, all right? We all know art is pointless, but we don't want you thinking that.
I'm just in it for the money.
And it's very good. So, is this something you've always done? Then you've always been an artist?
Yeah, I have. I kind of got lost in the world of work for several years and stopped doing it, and I got desperate and had to leave my job, so I started making it again, and that's what I'm doing full time now. So I'm quite happy about
Well,
that.
you're making a living from it. That's worth a Steve Wright style round of applause. To make a living as an artist,
Steve Wright,
it's fantastic. I'm actually having my portrait painted at the moment.
Oh, wait, as we speak.
As we speak. No, that would be brilliant. Actually, it's a good idea. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it. Shouldn't have brought it up, Dan. It's my own fault. It's my own fault, mate. I shouldn't have brought it up. Sorry about that. And so what else can you tell me? Are you a big new music fan?
I do like new music. I like old music and new music, yes. All music, in fact.
You just like music.
I do.
What's the tune you've suggested for us this week?
It's by a band called Neutral Milk Hotel.
Oh, Neutral Milk Hotel. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
One of the best band names ever. And it's called In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. And it's a title track from that album. And the whole album's just gorgeous. It's a big, beautiful, noisy album. And the In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, the track is kind of just one of the happiest ones on there, I suppose. It's just lovely.
All right, listen, we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to come back and we're going to find out some more about you before you go away.
Christ.
All right. Yes, thank you. God bless him.
All right.
Neutral Milk Hotel, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, the choice of our listener Dan Hillier on the sea. Hillier? Hillier, and thank you very much. I thought that was great, mate. I thought that was a cracking choice. That's exactly what this feature is about. It's about music that I would never have come across or haven't come across, and hearing stuff like that. It's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
That's right.
Yes, why not? No, you're absolutely right. We should give an applause.
2
We
rounds
should
of
give
applause,
an
that's good.
That's great. And so, if people are looking for your artwork, where can they find you on Brick Lane?
It's in the old Trimmen Brewery. It's called the Sunday Up Market.
Right.
And it's just off Brick Lane, indoors. It's like a big old car park in the week, I think.
Right.
But you just look around for the sort of asymmetrical haircuts and silly boots.
Sure.
And,
Yes, I know the
sort of
area.
in the middle of it somewhere.
Well, I wish you all the best, because I know it's hard making a living as an artist. So if you're doing anything at all with to any degree of success, then obviously it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to checking out danhillier.com. .co.uk was it, or .com?
.com, that's
Good
right,
one.
yeah.
You've got yourself a com. Nice work.
Yeah, got it.
And we'll look at it. We'll investigate it, and who knows? We'll maybe buy something and hang it here in the Six Music Studio. Thank you very much indeed for getting in touch, man.
Yeah. Well, can I just put a plug-in from Mate's band that are playing on Wednesday?
Jude's telling me no, but I'm gonna overrule her and say yes.
Yeah, go on. Broken Family Band are playing in Coco in Camden on Wednesday. It's the guy who introduced me to Neutral Milk Hotel, so it's only fair.
Well, they're a great band, so that's excellent news, and thank you very much indeed for plugging them, and we appreciate it. Thanks very much indeed for getting in touch.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Dan. So, who am I going to throw it to? Sammy, how can people get in touch and contribute music to the show?
I believe, Steve, if they'd like to text the show.
No. It's all on the website.
Oh, if they want to suggest a song, I'm sorry, I was in a little cold field world of my own. If you go to www.bbc.co.uk/6music, click on Steve's face, and you'll find the suggest a track link right there.
Well, thanks very much. Supporting Jack Pignate on his forthcoming tour, that's Video Nasties, and a tune from the Carl Blau EP, that's a track called Devil. So, earlier in the week, it's Tiny Dan's music choice, and earlier in the week, of course, on Thursday, I blew you out, didn't I?
Yes, indeed you did.
Oh,
yeah.
it was horrific. I know you were very upset.